My name is Austin Scheibmeyer. I am a neuroscience major.
My name is Cameron Reynoldson. I'm currently a computer science major.
My name is Miranda Weed, and I'm a biology, hopefully pre-med major.
My name is Merdul Medella, and I'm a computer science major.
My name is Terrence Winter. I'm a public health major.
There are a lot of unknowns when you come into college, and I think the small group has definitely helped me kind of understand how college works and move beyond the fact that I'm a deer-in-the-headlights freshman.
The small groups are designed to help you with that. They're designed to put people that are in your classes in a small group and, gear you up to do homework together and to study for exams together.
My small group definitely helped me in meeting new people who were in the same major as me, and also being able to form connections where I could study with them, or we could just really talk about kind of like our journey and the problems that we're having.
Having that small community, people I could go to, talk about anything with, and study with, struggle with, grow with, was very key in me developing as a student and as a person.
I would say don't be afraid to put yourself out there and take the initiative to join different groups and attend office hours. I know that was one of the ways, joining groups was one of the ways I was able to make a lot of friends, and then office hours helped me become better acquainted with the school and with the faculty here.
Definitely my advisor was a big resource, being able to go talk to him whenever I needed to ask about future classes or current classes.
She was able to walk me through my degree plan, and she was accessible so that if I had questions, I can go back to her. So possible classes that I could have taken, or prerequisites, or even going to like visual and performing arts, she was able to help me through all of that. So she made my first round of registration extremely stress-free.
One of the experiences I had was I got to go into her office, and I was typical freshman. I was getting concerned about if this was a major that I really wanted to do, and she was able to provide me with all the different options, all the different tracks that I could do, all the different certificates I could partake in, and so that was a good experience.
One of the most memorable situations from a lecture was the first time I asked my CS professor, a question, and it was something that I didn't really understand the concepts that he was explaining. So before that, I always thought of myself as, man, everybody else in this class is smarter than me, and I don't know if I can ask questions because the professor's going to think I'm slacking, I'm not reading the textbook or whatever. So when I asked my question, and the first response he had was, wow, that's a good question, it moved me beyond the stage of, I shouldn't ask questions to, yeah, maybe I can, and it's okay because the professor, he thinks it's a good question, so it's probably not a dumb question.
They were definitely very approachable and very easy to talk to, and definitely they just wanted to help you. They wanted to know all of our questions, and they took all the time to make sure that every one of our questions was completely answered.
It is very important to be connected to university, but you kind of have to put yourself out there, and it's extremely rewarding because here at our university, we're very creative people. If there's a club on campus or an organization that you care about or are mildly interested in, it exists somewhere here, or you can start it for yourself. So that way in particular, there's plenty of clubs on campus. You can join, go to a meeting, talk to some people, make some friendships, and that way you can get connected and do something you care about, something you love, something that makes you happy, and it kind of keeps you going.
The FIG helped me become better aware of what was available on campus.
I guess I had a different idea of what it would be like. I definitely thought it was going to be more similar to high school than it kind of is. It's definitely a lot harder than I believed it was going to be.
Definitely one of the biggest surprises for me has been the lack of structure. I mean, in high school, we knew exactly what we were going to do. Everything was planned out to the minute, and you did it, and there was really no variables in terms of how your day went. But in college, there's so much freedom, and there's so much lack of structure that, it's something that every freshman has to cope with, and it really defines how you progress through your collegiate career. Can you make the best of that freedom, and can you make yourself a better person, a better student?
I think that was my biggest concern coming into college from high school, was trying to figure out the balance between my academics and my extracurricular activities.
Also, I found out how I guess, easy it is to get involved, that everyone is very welcoming whenever you want to join a group. All the officers of the groups that I've joined have been very good at trying to get you integrated into the group.
The amount of just pure activity that's going on is something I wasn't really used to, but I was pleasantly surprised in the fact that everything's so accessible.
I didn't really know how I was going to meet new people, but in the first few weeks, from whenever I moved in to whenever classes start, there's a lot of events going on that you can go to, whether it's volleyball games or organization fairs or things that, if you're living in a dorm, the dorm puts on. And it's a really good way to go out there and meet people. It's more geared to meeting people. I live in one of the dorms, and I know in the first week or two, they had a lot of, they had speed friending, so you could go out and you could meet people. And that was a good way that I met a lot of people that I still talk to now.
Just walking along Speedway and seeing thousands of people going from place to place, it was really surreal, but getting into the classroom and seeing all my peers and the same kind of people I would see in my calc class, going to my bio class, going to my chem class, I was surprised that I would feel kind of like just at home.
It's such a big city, so there's so many things to do. ACL, Barton Springs, you can run to the Capitol at midnight, and there's so many things to do, and that's a departure from a lot of what we saw back at home. So that's one of the biggest discoveries and one of the benefits of Austin.
So one self-advising tool that I found super useful was the degree plan checklist. Not only was I able to check off all of the credits I already had, but I was also able to plan out my next 4 years.
So in terms of self-advising, I think one of the best resources that the university offers, and every major has this resources that you can go online and you can look up degree plans, and I think that's the best resource that I have. Is at any point in time I can go look up, hey, is this course actually used for my degree or not? And whenever it comes to time to register for classes, that's one of the few things that I'm always looking at. I have a favorite of it's on my favorites, and it's very useful in terms of mapping out your schedule for the next 4 years. Can I graduate in 4 years? What do I need to do? Do I need to take summer courses? And that's one of the things I have on my wall. Is I have a little poster of this is what I need to take sophomore year. This is what I need to take junior year, and I have it mapped out.
Also, one thing that I found was the interactive degree audit, which is where you can see what classes you need to take for your major and if you're on the right track to graduating on time in 4 years.
So one piece of advice that I would give to an incoming freshman is definitely to take advantage of the opportunities that you're given. So whether it be to reach out to a peer that might know more than you, or to a professor, or to join a club or get a leadership position, I think you should definitely take advantage of it, because it might lead to something in the future that you might not have gotten otherwise. So
I was really surprised about the amount of kind of action that happens on campus on a day-to-day basis, where as long as you walk around, especially in the kind of Speedway, Jester, Gregory area, you can run into something cool every single day.
It was a lot different moving to Austin, which is so large and so different from where I'm from. But for me, what really helped me get used to Austin was just going out and exploring, doing some of the more touristy things in Austin, like going to South Congress, going to Zilker Park, just doing all the things that I guess a true Austinite would do. So that's been very fun, and it's helped me get used to my surroundings and become more comfortable in the city.
Coming into college, that was one of the most important things people were telling me. They said, you've got to stay in shape. We've all heard of the Freshman 15. And so I immediately joined the triathlon club just because it sounded like something I wanted to do. And after also adding to my list of courses and office hours, their practices, I've been attending as many practices as I possibly can.